administrator here at the Center for Latin American and Caribbean Studies. We want to welcome you today to our talk and conversation with Aton. This is all made possible through the help of Winnie Lamour, who is our Haitian Kreyol instructor here. If you want more information about what our Haitian Kreyol program is, just talk to us. Make sure you sign up on our mailing list so that you can get relevant information about the program and about CLACS in general. We do about 100 events a year, so there's plenty of events for all kinds of interests. So without further ado, I'll introduce Winnie, who's in turn going to introduce Aton. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Omar. So before we get started, I always like to set the mood for our space. In Haitian culture, we like to greet each other by saying honor and respect. So I say honneur, and you would respond in kind by saying respect. So I'm going to greet you all with un pile honneur. Okay, again, honneur. Merci un pile. My name is Winnie Lamour, and I'm the founder and managing director of the Haitian Kreyol Language Institute of New York. And this semester, I just started teaching Haitian Kreyol right here at NYU CLACS, and it's been super exciting. And part of what we do is not just teaching the language, but placing the language in context, and part of that is being able to have these kinds of activities with amazing people like Anthony. And so I want to introduce you guys all to Anthony Louis-Jeune, also known as Aton. And I'm going to read to you guys just a brief bio about our friend here, and then we're going to dive right into a really great conversation. So Anthony was born on Haiti, and he is a Renaissance man in the truest sense of the word. He was born with deuteranopia, which is a condition which does not allow him to distinguish between colors in the green, yellow, or red section of the spectrum. So this colorblind visual artist, musician, poet, and hip-hop lyricist has worked hard to overcome this physical challenge in pursuit of his passion for art. For as long as he can remember, drawing has been his passion. He attended the prestigious school of design called Aton in the Dominican Republic. Aton has been inspired by culture, history, world mysteries, society, and comic books. His paintings and illustrations are more than just a journey into his imagination. They are gateways into his inner self, which allows him to connect with his spirituality. His works are a reflection of his Haitian culture and life experiences. His creations are a melding of contemporary art, impressionism, pop art, and illustration. His latest work is Djatawo, the first Haitian superhero to go into publication. Anthony has also started the brand called Specimen, which creates unique decorative art pieces for the home, personal wear, and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. So really help me welcome Aton today, and we'll get started. Yeah. Cool. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have a conversation, and then we're going to open up to questions from the audience. So where should we start? I should tell people how we met.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have this thing for art. I have this hashtag called Art is Life. I didn't create it, but I've been sharing it online. And so last fall, during my fall semester, I decided that I wanted to get my students more involved in Haitian art. And this really great exhibit called La Lucha was taking place uptown, which was a collaboration between Haitian and Dominican artists. And I brought some of my students to go see the exhibit, which had some of Aton's work, and I was immediately drawn to his work, not having met him. And a few days later, I set up a tour with some of my students at the gallery, and the woman who curated the exhibit, Yelaine Rodriguez, she told me, sure, I'll have an artist come show up. And who was it? It was Anthony. Yeah. And it's been, it was love at first sight with his work, and that's basically how we met. Do you want to tell us who are you? Who is Aton?
Well, I'm an artist. I'm a visual artist and colorblind, and I always wanted my work to reflect, my personal work to reflect peace, love, and beauty. And I was born and raised in Haiti by my mom, and I know, as far as I know, illustrating, painting, art in general was a passion to me. And music, I love music too. I do music, but my parents didn't want me to do music. They thought hip hop was like too much gangster or anything. But when I grew up, and then they saw that my music wasn't about violence or anything, it was the opposite. It was about peace. It was about love. It was about brotherhood. And then when the USA invited me to perform, it was for, I remember what was it for. I think it was an event for peace, or I don't remember. I don't quite remember. But and then my mom was like, "Oh, if they can invite you, it means that it's not gangster. It's good." So yeah, that's basically me. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Let's talk about Djatawo.
Okay.
Let's talk about Djatawo. So,
Djatawo,
how did you get that started? What inspired you to even get this project off the ground? I mean, I don't know of any other Haitian comic book superheroes. How were you able to get this started?
Well, first of all, I have a collection of comic books since today. I'm reading comic books, and when I went to Aton in the Dominican Republic, I had to work on my thesis for each class that I had, and one of them was illustration. So I was thinking, what can I do that can also help my country? Because I'm always thinking about a long term. And then I was like, wow, my country doesn't have any superheroes, and like the kid doesn't have anybody to look up to. So maybe a fictional character will help. Will really help, and the kids will love it, and at the same time, they will learn from social issues, environmental issues, and basically I started like that. But at first, the name of the superhero wasn't Djatawo. It was my artist name, Aton.
You named the superhero after yourself.
Yeah, I didn't find a name, and then I even dressed like the superhero when I was in school for my performance class.
Cool.
I built a pyramid, and I could show you guys. And but later when I graduated, I went back to Haiti, and I used to work for the local newspaper called Le Nouveliste, and I went to see the owner, which is a good friend. He's always encouraging me. And then I told him about the superhero and everything, and he was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea." And he asked me what's the name of the superhero, and then I told him, he was like, "Nah, man, you can't name the superhero your artist name." I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And then I went back home, brainstorming, and I came back with another name. That was Captain Light. He was like, "Captain Light." He was like, "I'm an old dude, but I think your name is really not, it's really old school." And he was like, "Since you love your name, we can take a part of your name and then create a name." And then in Aton, you can see Tao, T-A-O, which means path in Indian. And then I was like, "Oh, path, but we can't only name him Path, because in comic world here, there's already a character named Tao, and there's a lot of things around that name." And I was like, okay, so I put Jah. Jah means God, but initially Jah, it's J-A-H. So I wrote it in Kreyol, to pronounce it in Kreyol, D-J-A. So Djatawo means path of God. So after the name, because I already started with I already had a story completed, and then he told, but it was in black and white, and he told me that we can't. I mean, it could be nice to print it on the newspaper in black and white, but to him it would be better to be in color. So I went back home again and put colors in each drawing. And then
and that was the start of Djatawo.
that was the start of Djatawo.
So who's reading Djatawo Haiti?
Okay.
Where is it being published and who has access to Djatawo?
At first, it was published in the local newspaper.
Okay.
Every Thursday, I had a full page in the newspaper of Djatawo. So anybody who had anybody who had how do I say that? Abonnement. How do I say abonnement in English?
Like a subscription.
Subscription, and they were able to see the stories of Djatawo, and maybe 4 months later, the owner of the newspaper proposed me a deal, and then he was like, he has a printing company, and let's make a deal. He's gonna print the book of Djatawo in the upcoming book fair. So there's a big book fair in Haiti, and I was like, yeah. And we printed the first book of Djatawo that was in Kreyol and French, and Djatawo was born.
So what kind of feedback have you gotten from people who were reading Djatawo in the weekly paper?
It was positive. It was really positive feedbacks because they said that the characters are positive, and it's his goal too, which is to be let's say I call it the guardian of justice, and through the stories I managed to talk about topics about violence, about environmental issues, sound pollution, and then the parents fell in love with it because it was good for the kids too, because they were having fun, and at the same time they could learn something from life. And the only bad critic well, not bad, because it helps me do better too, because I do everything. I do the drawings, I do the stories, I do the colors, and sometimes I have too much text. And but now the last book that I published, I have less text. It's more direct, and it's better.
Tell us about Djatawo. What's his superpower? What is he? Guardian of justice, Djatawo, path of God. But who is he?
Djatawo, I can't tell you a secret, you know.
Tell me the secret.
No, I can't.
It's just us having a conversation. There's no one else in the room.
Well, his name is Alfred Apollo, and he was given the Zemi solar disc. Zemi refers to a Taino culture, and for I don't know how I can tell anything, because you guys have to
read the comic.
Read the comic,
Okay.
you know. But he can tell it by himself, and he can use his chakra to sensitize people, his inner energy, to sensitize people. And in each story, he's going to develop more power regarding to the situation that he's confronting.
What effect do you think the existence of Djatawo has had on the people who read your comic book?
I should ask them. But I don't know. But I remember a friend told me. Was that he went to a store near his house, and then three kids were talking, and then one of them said, "Oh, I'm gonna be Superman, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that." And then he told me that the other one had a backpack, and took off his unzipped his backpack and took off a mask, and he said he wouldn't be Djatawo. So I was like, wow, that's great. That's great. That's one of my goals, you know. The kids has to love it, and in a positive way. So I think that's one of the I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I think you did. Speaking of children, do you work with children in Haiti?
Oh, yes.
Do you give like workshops for children who see these comics and think, oh, I'm gonna create a comic book superhero you. Do you do work with the children?
Yes, I do, and my latest workshop was at the French Institute in Haiti. Let me see if I can.
In Port-au-Prince?
Yeah, in Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it so I can show you. Yes, I do, and I also each year I try to go to orphanage with a superhero, even if I don't go with the superhero, because I also have to pay the I have the superhero for real now. It's not me wearing the mask.
So if you guys look up the hashtag Djatawo on social media, you can find pictures of images of Djatawo, but there's also a real life Djatawo who goes to these workshops with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna keep searching, but we can still talk.
Okay, but I want to know more about what you do at the workshops, though, with the children.
What I do is like I first of all I ask them to make a group of 4 or 5, because usually in comic books there's a writer, there's a penciler, there's an inker, and there's a colorist, and there's someone who made the dialogue box, the bubbles.
And you do it all.
Yeah, you do it all.
Hence the term Renaissance man. Well, how do you feel doing all that, though? I mean,
I love it. It's my passion.
Sustainable?
It's sometimes, most of the time I can't sleep at night, because sometimes it's always at night that I have inspiration and could sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning. But I don't. When I'm drawing, I don't feel any fatigue, or because I do what I love. So yeah, sometimes I do have to. I have to rest because I'm not a robot, but yeah.
Can we talk about your color blindness?
What do you want to know?
Well, I've never even heard of this word before. Deuteranopia.
Because there are different kind of
color blindness. Okay, so yours you cannot distinguish between colors in the green, yellow, or red section of the spectrum.
Correct.
How does this affect your work?
No, it's. I mean, before it was affecting my work because I was I was nervous about using colors, and then I couldn't see, because if I want to make the skin tone of someone, instead of using brown, I can use green. And what I did is like I bought crayons that has their name written.
So this means you can't see red or green or yellow?
It's not that I can't see them. It's depending on the light, and really depending on the light, and depending on the type of red,
the shade.
Yeah, the shade. Because there are some red that I can see, but there are some that I will not be able to see. I will. It's not that I see in black and white, but I might see it brown or gray. Like the green, for example, is always a lot of times gray for me.
Okay. So, vous voulez commencer par le créole? So we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to ask Aton some questions on Kreyol. I will then interpret for myself those questions into English, and then Aton will respond however he's comfortable responding.
Okay.
And then but if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself.
Well, we're a team. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool. So, premier bagay mwen demande ou se, ou konen travay mwen fè ici New York, mwen konsantre sou lang Kreyol la. Mwen vle konen ki wol ou wè Kreyol ap jwe nan komik la, epi ki importans ou bay lang Kreyol la lè wap fè travay ou avèk Djatawo. So I'm asking Aton, I'm telling him a lot of the work that I do here in New York focuses on Haitian Kreyol, and I'm asking him what he thinks the role of the Haitian Kreyol language plays in his work with Djatawo.
Ok. Bon, ça me pensait, c'est que créole là, c'est pour moi même créole là, t'as supposé apprendre créole dans toute l'école en Haïti, parce que majorité population parle créole là. Et quand pile là yo bon et qui connaît parler créole mais qui pas connaît que créole. Tellement parce que créole là son bail qui naturel ou pas capable de parler en Haïti. I don't know if I'm going too fast.
You are.
I'm sorry. Okay. Pour moi,
We're gonna do some translating, so
Alright.
you can speak at whatever pace you're comfortable speaking,
Alright.
and then we can translate a bit.
ok. Pour moi, créole là, t'as supposé apprendre créole là dans toute l'école en Haïti. Pour qui ça? Parce que créole là c'est une langue officielle. Et il y a des fois, il y a des gens qui parlent créole mais qui ne parlent pas écrit créole. C'est parce que créole là vraiment dans le sang ici. Et je pense que c'est vraiment important pour l'intégrer dans le système éducatif là. Pour qui ça? Parce que la population peut bien comprendre de ces bagages. Par exemple, si un président haïtien a... Going too fast?
No, you can't parler jamais.
Ok. Et si le président haïtien a fait un discours, il faut qu'il fasse en créole. Parce que s'il ne fait pas en créole, il va le faire en français. Qui est-ce qui parle? Ce n'est pas tout haïtien qui parle français. Parce que déjà, bon, il y a ça parce que c'est le discours est fait en créole. Mais mes nouvelles, bien le journal en Haïti, c'est en français que il est. Parce que même journal là, peut-être que tu as supposé un journal en créole et un journal en français tout. Parce que le français a bon tout, parce qu'il n'est pas limité connaissance. Même penser que l'argent est vraiment essentiel dans la société haïtienne. Et ça fait tout que dans le livre que moi imprimé, pas livre ça, mais un livre qui vend en Haïti, dans toute librairie en Haïti. Et le livre là en créole et en français. Pour qui ça? Parce que je voulais tout, même si que les gens calé en créole, mais pour ne pas limiter les créole, seulement pour parler français. Parce que nous voulons que nous parlions, c'est pas créole pour qu'on y ait un niveau vraiment global. Et bien que Kounia là, grâce avec Winnie tout, qui a vraiment fait un travail superbe, et le créole a plus valeur. Ben créole plus valeur. Alright, I was saying that Creole is really important in Haitian society. Why? Because the majority of the Haitian, they speak Creole. Even if sometimes they don't even know how to write it, but they understand Creole. And a president, if the president is making a speech, it has to be in Creole in order to communicate with the population. And I'm saying that Creole is really important for education, for Haiti's education. Why? Because it will help us understand each other too more. And even the newspapers, they should have not only a newspaper in French but one in Creole, because the guy working the shoe shiner doesn't know, most of them doesn't know how to read French. So if you want to know something that's happening in the world, how is he gonna know if the newspaper is not in Creole? That's the reason why the first book that I published in Haiti was in French and in Creole. I choose to add the French because Creole is not already a global language, and I was saying that, it's international, and with the help of Winnie, she's doing an amazing job.
No, I mean with the help of me and lots of others.
Yeah. I know you. I don't know the others. You know? So I'm saying you. And yeah, it helps a lot for people to learn and understand more about Haitian culture.
Est-ce que vous pensez que le travail à faire avec Djatawo capable de servir comme un outil pour aider la population à vivre plus fort dans le Créole là?
Je pense que c'est ça.
I'm asking Aton if he feels that the work that he's doing with Djatawo can help with education can help as an educational tool in helping the Haitian population become stronger with Kreyol in terms of reading and writing it on a more formal level.
Yeah, I really think so because je pense ça parce que éducation c'est clé succès, c'est connaissance, c'est c'est un plus gros outil et que on être humain qu'a gagné et si même avec problème pas qu'à communiquer, c'est vraiment difficile pour cohabiter avec les frères, avec monde qui vivent dans l'entourage. I was saying that it's really important for Haitians to be able to learn and to read, to write Creole because it will allow them to communicate better with their brother, with everyone living around them, because knowledge and education is one of the most great things that a human being can have, and yeah.
I just got lost listening to you. Like Kreyol. Just a quick reminder, if you are going to be on social media tonight and sharing things, our hashtag tonight is Kreyol at NYU. So Kreyol spelled en Kreyol, KREYOL ATNYU. So that's how you can follow us tonight. So I'm going to ask you one more question on Kreyol.
Yeah.
And then we can hop back into English. Nous connaissons en fait en Haïti, vous grandi en Haïti. Est-ce que vous êtes capable d'expliquer-nous pour un petit moment l'autre artiste haïtien qui inspire, comme si l'autre artiste pour joindre nos sources d'inspiration?
Oh, bien sûr.
So I'm asking Aton, he was born in Haiti and raised in Haiti, and I want to know what other Haitian artists have inspired him, what other Haitian artists have served as a source of inspiration.
Ok. Il y a plusieurs artistes qui inspirent dans le domaine professionnel. Et moi, quand je numéro, il y a un grand artiste, un peintre qui est Alpha Len, et que c'est mentor moi, c'est avec que je commence à faire peinture. Il y a 6000, il y a le gagneur, il y a plusieurs artistes peintres vraiment qui inspirent. Côté illustration, il y a un artiste particulier qui inspire, et pas forcément dans l'histoire que l'a raconté, mais dans la technique que utilisé pour communiquer et travailler. Et les chevelins, Pierre. Et yeah, and in English, yeah.
If you, sorry, I'm going to continue this.
Yeah.
Artiste, c'est artiste qui jeune, comme si il y a là dans nous qui travaillent ensemble, jeunes artistes en Haïti qui travaillent ensemble.
Oui, il y a jeunes comic book artists qui travaillent ensemble. Il y a une compagnie que les chevelins illustration, c'est les chevelins qui font d'eux. Et il y a l'autre artiste qui travaille avec eux, qui vraiment talentueux tout. Et qui pas dans la même ligne avec nous. Et dessin vraiment différent, mais qui est vraiment bon, qui technique qui utilisée vraiment bon. Et que moi encourage tout pour le travail.
Quand ça y a une collaboration qu'a fait entre artistes?
Et entre eux, oui, mais c'est bien dommage parce que les moins créé Djatawo, yo te besoin que moi entre dans groupe yo, mais moi pas d'accord. Moi pas d'accord pour qui ça parce que
Si vous plaît, dis-nous.
non, pas un problème, c'est pas rien. Moi pas d'accord parce que moi pas seulement faire illustration, moi pas seulement faire bande dessinée, moi faire peinture, moi faire sculpture, moi faire graphic design et yo même yo un rythme de travail que gagne que peut-être que je n'ai pas fait la veille parce que je tellement gagné l'autre bail que m'a fait. So je pense que il était plus bon pour moi pour ça que m'a gagné le contrôle et plus de tout ça m'a fait que m'a calé dans le propre et rythme.
Okay. So I'm going to do a quick translation of that. We kind of dived into. So Aton named several Haitian artists who have inspired him. I can list those online later.
Okay.
And he mentioned a group called Illustration, which you can actually, I think I follow them on Instagram. They do really brilliant work. And it's a group of young artists who are collaborating. That's what I was curious about is there a lot of collaboration happening among young visual artists on IT? And so Aton briefly talked about why he's not part of that collaboration yet. Maybe in the future he might be part.
I don't know why, because they never encourage me. I'm always encouraging them. Well, I'm saying why now. But it's like they saw me as a competition, and because I'm not in the group, they don't really I mean, when we meet each other, they like, oh, how are you? I was like, I'm fine, but I like their page. They don't like my. I mean, I'm not.
I understand. So there's a little bit of tension.
Probably, but I don't see why, because Djatawo is totally different from what they're doing. And they target a more mature audience than kids. Okay. You know, so I don't know why.
So you mentioned that you do more than just visual.
More illustration. I do more than illustration.
More than illustration. You're an artist in lots of ways. Can you walk us through this piece right here? I'm going to hold up this design. So Aton is also a painter, and he does these amazing pieces, like this one here. So you guys can take a look at that. It's actually really, I think it's really cool. But Aton, I thought maybe you could take a couple minutes as I hold this up to you.
Yes.
And walk us through, can you walk us through either the process, what you were thinking, what are some of these, right here? Oh, sorry. So if you could walk us through, this is okay? Yeah, perfect. The process, where you were, what you were feeling.
I created this drawing is because lately I've been reading a lot into meditation, and but meditation with illustration. I'm not thinking about anything when I'm doing this drawing at first. I just let my mind flow, and it started because I was creating the brand Specimen, and I created initially it was for a shirt. And
you created this initially for a shirt?
Yeah,
okay.
at first, but not this, yeah, for a shirt. But it was too complicated for a shirt, so, you know, because of the details and everything. So I was like, it doesn't matter, even if it's not going for a shirt, I can still do like several drawings like that. And I have like 20 in this style, not the same subject, but the same world that I call Specimen or space mythology. And while I'm doing them, so I was inspired by Haitian, Taino culture, Dominican culture, and inspired too by the in Haitian mythology, there's something called veve. It's in voodoo too. It's like how do I say that? It's like pentagram, like pentagram. I was inspired by these two to make certain symbols. They're not. Some people always say, "Oh, are you mystic or do you do voodoo?" I don't do voodoo. I don't do voodoo. I just I was inspired because I found it really interesting, shapes and form, and then I managed to do mine. And I also integrate words like peace, believe in yourself, and focus, beautiful, patience, respect. They're all in here. And in certain way that it goes with the I mean, in order that it has to, I mean, how do I say that? In order for it to harmonize with the illustration.
Okay. So do you create your own veve?
Yes, I do.
Can you point out some of the veve in this image for us?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Here, 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 here. This one here, 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 here.
So my knowledge of, I'm not a practicing Vodouisan, and my knowledge of Vodou is still growing, but what I know about veve is that they are used to sort of help the spirits enter the space.
Yeah, it's like gateways,
Exactly. So are you not using the veve in this way?
No, I'm not. I can swear I'm not.
No, I love this idea of veve. I mean, maybe you're just setting the tone for the image.
Maybe they're talking with me. I mean, maybe that guy is talking with me. Maybe in my head or whatever, in my subconscious, and maybe it was meant to be like that. If I can say it like that. But I don't know. I just don't think about anything, and then I design. In the space that I'm creating.
Cool. Was this the one that was on display at like the first one?
That was, and the reason why it's like that too is because I had a bad adventure. I had to present it. It was on Thursday, and a good friend of mine helped me put it on top of his car. I had two, and then while getting back home, they flew away on the highway. Yeah. Thank God nobody got hurt, because I was thinking like if someone was behind us.
Was it in a frame?
Yes. And we pulled over, and I was running in the highway.
Oh my God! This is here in New York.
Yeah, that was.
Which highway?
I don't remember. It was near Venwick.
Wow.
And then I had to run in the highway
and grab your frame.
I saw the frame by itself, and I saw the flying.
Wow. Well.
Yeah, this one is intact. That's why it's a little bit shred.
Okay.
But the other one it's ripped on the side.
Oh, well, we're thankful that this one made it.
Yeah.
I have to tell you. So when I first saw this on display at La Lucha, I was reminded of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, you told me. Huh?
Yeah, I was reminded of Alice in Wonderland. This sort of like super colorful. I have to look at this other one. These like super colorful, sharp images. For me, this is just really kind of pops out on the page. And I'm not an art critic. I can't tell you anything about technique or whether or not this is dot. But I mean, it makes me feel a lot, and I feel like I'm pulled into the image. So.
And I actually created a story for the character and the bird. He's a magician, and the story is it's two lovers.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking for love, and they have to meet him. And with his bird, it's a magical, mythical bird.
So the question now is. Are you going to include this character in Djatawo?
No, that's totally different. That's a totally different world.
Okay.
That's a totally different world.
Cool. Thank you for walking us through this.
Thank you.
I have one more question for you. You mentioned to us in your bio that you studied at Altos de Chabon in the Dominican Republic. Again, I welcome lots of different types of conversation. What was your experience like being a Haitian artist studying in the Dominican Republic, creating this sort of really very Haiti-centric work?
Well, it was great. That was one of the best years of my life. Why? Because before I went to Aton, I was working in Haiti and I almost died. And I decided that I didn't want to die in something that nobody knows where they're gonna die. But at least when you have the chance to do what you love, you have to grab it. So I had the opportunity to go study there and to study fine arts and illustration. And it was really an amazing experience because I was never able to be surrounded by so many artists from different countries. I had friends coming from Alaska, who came to study in DR, Puerto Ricans.
I have to pause you there. It's funny that you call Alaska. That's the first place you went when you said different countries. You're like Alaska.
Yeah, because to me that was
really. I would say the same too.
Yeah. Yeah, because she could be here in the US.
No shade against Alaska though.
I thought it was amazing, and this is where I gave birth to Djatawo too. So, and I had no. At first, it was really challenging because I didn't know how to speak Spanish, and but I was able to.
And there was no tension between you.
No.
As a Haitian being in the Dominican States, creating Haitian art?
No. I remember I had one issue with a student, but we became friends after. But I never had any, let's say, how do I say that, injustice or what do I call it? I can't find the word. But I never had any problems with any Dominicans or whatsoever.
Okay.
And that's funny because after the earthquake in Haiti, the Altos de Chabon gave the Haitian opportunities to how do I say that, to study in
Altos de
Chabon. So I was paying the school as a regular Dominican student. So that was great. So I'm always gonna be grateful to that school because it was like after the earthquake, and I was working at a construction company, and then it was like I was resting, and I was doing something that I loved, so it was really great.
Okay. The last thing I'm going to say before we open up to the audience, I was born in Haiti, grew up in Brooklyn, so I'm Haitian American, so I'm a member of the Haitian diaspora, and all of the work that I do now is me trying to find a way to remain connected to Haiti, because I'm physically not there, and I try to be there physically, but of course I now have two homes. How do you see Djatawo playing a role again in helping the diaspora remain connected to Haiti? I know that the comics that you brought tonight are in English. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, it was on purpose because I was invited in Comic-Con, and that's the first time a Haitian ever been to Comic-Con too. And
I feel like I should give the
So, and I had to translate in English because nobody would understand.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, it could help the diaspora here because they will understand more what's going on in Haiti, because I really, really, really try to write stories about current events, in Haiti.
Okay.
So people can know what's going on and so they can have an idea.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're not tired of me yet?
No.
Okay, great. So now we're going to open up to the audience. We're going to take any questions, comments, anything you'd like to share with Aton. Again, just a friendly reminder that this is a safe space. You can ask and share whatever you like. You will, at the very least, be listened to. We also welcome questions en Kreyol. So I'm not looking at any faces, but there are some students of mine here in the room, so you're welcome to ask us anything, ask Aton anything in English and Kreyol. Yes.
Côté où tu apprends à écrire?
I'm going to translate the question into English.
Oh, yeah.
Our audience member wants to know, where did you learn how to write en Kreyol?
In school. In school, I learned to write it, and I'm also a hip hop artist. Most of my songs are in Kreyol, so I had to know how.
You learned this in a Haitian school, like in Haiti?
If I was?
You learned Kreyol in a school in Haiti?
Yes, I had classes in Kreyol, yeah.
Wow. But that's not something that's
no, that's not
common.
coming in, and it was also it was a school that has American system too.
En Port-au-Prince?
À Port-au-Prince. Yeah, in Port-au-Prince.
Even
College, University of Caribe. I did like 2 years in that school, and I told my mom to. I didn't want to stay there. Yeah.
I think I saw a hand over here. Yes.
Yes.
Jean Ouvré.
Ok. Et je te connais parce que tu as dit que ça vous fait le plus c'est dessiner ou même ça veut dire c'est ça qui vraiment est passion pas mais le rap écrit comique partie
Écrire.
Partie écriant partie et histoire tout bas ça aussi bon travail un peu il y a des gens qui spécialisés seulement dans ça. Est-ce que premièrement ou à l'école pour ça pour apprendre ça est-ce que sinon ou intention quand même spécialisé dans ça pour que éventuellement vous avez un problème pour vous que nous trouvons que l'histoire n'est pas tellement accrochant et sinon est-ce que peut-être que si comique vient arriver dans notre niveau, à ce moment-là, est-ce que vous avez peut-être envisagé pour un partenaire qui est lui-même spécialisé dans ça? Est-ce que vous trouvez un challenge par rapport à ça?
Cool. Merci Ampie question. The question was, our audience member asked Aton, since his specialty is visual arts, she'd like to know about the storytelling in the comic books. How does he go through that process of storytelling? Did he go to school for that? If not, does he plan on getting more training in storytelling? And if Djatawo gets to a different level or another level, does he plan on taking on a partner that specializes in the storytelling aspect of writing, of putting together a comic book?
Okay.
I hope I did that question justice.
You maintain in Kreyol or
What do you think after ça?
Oui, si moi t'as une opportunité pour moi apprendre ça, il t'a mieux parce que moi t'as pas pendant en plus. Et mais moi toujours pensé et que il t'a bon si t'as jeune monde qui t'a même pas même idée avec mais qui t'a complété dans faire écrire. Parce que même dans toute bande dessinée, j'aime t'as dit il y a un dessinateur, il y a un coloriste, il y a un encreur, il y a un qui écrit. C'est-à-dire que son travail d'équipe que lié. Si moi t'as un monde qui a écrit, qui sont gros storyteller, je suis vraiment content. Il y a un écrivain que je vraiment aimé. C'est ça qui fait que je choisi d'écrire moi-même, de me raconter. Et c'est parce que moi pas joindre un monde qui t'a aidé avec l'histoire ça, aidé avec la vision que moi gagne. Et ça fait que moi commencé pour moi. Et mais mon ami qui est le gars Victor, c'est un grand écrivain haïtien.
Oh, gars Victor qui habite au Canada.
Et il était fait des dessins pour lui. Et puis moi j'ai demandé, Gary, est-ce que tu as aimé écrire un livre, tu as aimé raconter l'histoire en super-héros? est-ce que ka aide pour l'écrire pour moi qu'on a dit m'ka aider m'ka corriger mais si m'écrit c'est moi qui écris qu'on a dit mais que attends pas être problème s'ouvre écrit et que s'ouvre écrit et puis il dit OK m'a écrit et puis moi écrit et puis moi mettais de concert avec mon ami qui c'est un traducteur et en Haïti c'est des plafonds et puis il aide corriger texte et nous vraiment structurer phrase pour les sons linguistiques que lié tout et puis c'est traduire livre en anglais parce que pas faire parce que j'ai perdu le numéro faut que bon numéro so I was saying that yes, eventually I would love to, if I had the opportunity to learn how to write or having a workshop, or I will take it if I have the opportunity. I will, because I will learn something else, you know. And for the writing part, I had a friend helping me. He was he was doing a scribing, let's say, because I was telling him the story and he was writing it, you know. And then together we were. Looking at the text, if nothing was missing, he was making sure that I didn't have any errors, and then he also made the translation of the book. So yeah, it's always good because a comic book initially is a teamwork because there are pencilers, there are inkers, there are writers, colorists, and I forgot the name, but the people who put the dialogues, the bubbles, and it's a graphic designer, let's say, if you can say it like that. And I was unable to find because as I was starting with the book, no one will really be interested if I'm not paying that person. And at that time, I mean, I didn't have any money to pay someone. I mean, imagine that I was paying this person, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I asked a friend of mine, he's a great writer in Haiti, his name is Djatawo, and then I asked him, Guy, would you be able to write the stories for me? He was like, I can help you if you have any corrections or anything like that or advices, but if I write it, it means that I created it. And then he was like, you know what, just write. I was like, what do you mean just write? He's like, just write. And that's what I did.
I love that. If you can write, just write. Question?
I was wondering, do you have any collectives, like supportive groups out in Haiti that sort of inspire you or continue to give you motivation to write? Or if they don't exist, have you thought about creating a space where folks who are interested in doing the same work can sort of find motivation?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I thought there's one group that invited me to join them, but at that time I was coming back from DR, my studies, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to go too fast, and at the same time since I'm not only a comic book artist, I also paint, I also do graphic design, and I thought that maybe their rhythm of work wouldn't be the same as mine. And if I ever thought, one of my dreams is to build an art school in Haiti. That's one of my dreams. And if I want to create a space for people so they can draw, yeah, that'll be cool. But I also think that I'm not good enough to be really doing this right now. I mean,
how do you stay inspired though? Does it just come to you, or?
Yeah.
Questions? Yes.
Are there any like remnants of like Haitian artists, like production that you can like pick up from, or like is there like an archive of work, or is this are you just starting from like scratch or from a new sort of like perspective?
Yeah, usually I start from scratch. Anything can inspire me, you know. Anything can inspire me. That's you can inspire me like with your hearing and with your scarf, you know, with your colors, you know. You could be a pretty drawing. So everything in life it can inspire me. And as far as Asian artists, yes, I have certain preferences in different artists. Maybe they are in my work without maybe I don't see it, or because I think mostly my work or let's say a mix of video comic book artists and media American comic book artists and Haitian painters or Spanish painters but they're from the Renaissance, like Dali inspired me a lot, and but not really. So I'm inspired by everything. I don't really follow something. I don't really follow. I have preferences, like I said, but I don't really like if I say okay, I'm gonna draw something, and I can do like a mood board. A mood board is like I can pick different images that will help me in artwork, not necessarily. For example, that woman, I was inspired by a famous comic book artist. His name is Travis Charles because of his details, and I was inspired by Japanese too for their they always putting technology in their drawing and everything. So I don't know if I answered you.
Is there a location on IT where people can go and search archives of Haitian artists?
Yeah, there are galleries in Haiti. There are several galleries. There's Galerie Monet, Galerie Marassa, Galerie Nader. There's a lot. There's a yeah. There's le Panthéon aussi.
Do you sometimes go to these places for inspiration? No.
I don't. I should.
C'est un waptan mwen vin Haiti pou al
Oui,
rencontrer
m'aptan
people
veni
from
pou
this
ka
island.
invite m.
Okay,
Yeah.
allez pour them. Questions from the audience? Yes.
Yeah, I was a little late, so sorry if you already spoke to this, but
That's okay.
I was wondering if you sort of view your work as like a challenge to trends in, I guess, what we would consider mainstream comic book industry. Like if your work is sort of like a response to whether it be like visual trends or plot line trends. You know how your work fits into like the dominant trends of the industry.
I don't really I do look at other artists' work, but I mean the question was if I don't go trendy or
No, so I guess I'm wondering like if you view your work as a challenge to the dominant trends that are out there, like if you feel like you had identified something that was missing or something that was wrong, and like you're trying to answer that.
I don't think about that. I just do what I love. I don't think no. That work, for example, was made with pastels, and that's somewhere in DR. And what inspires me was the road, and I wasn't thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do something that nobody did before.
So your work with Djatawo was very consciously and mindfully creating something.
Oh yeah. That's one of the things I learned in school, and that's why I encourage a lot of people to always go back to school. You know, because you can. It's a time that you will take to be greater. You know, and Djatawo was I was inspired by a lot of things, by Taino mythology, Haitian mythology, by Japanese, I had to make a mood board to create Djatawo. Everything that I wanted to that I wanted that Djatawo had, you know. I had to take it from a lot of things that I think that will be positive or help me create that character.
I think we have time for a couple of more questions.
would you need for that?
Money?
Well, there are Tisch School of the Arts people in here, I'm sure.
Oh, and money and a team, a great team of people ready to create, you know? First of all, a team, let's not say money, because I didn't create Djatawo with money.
Right.
Right? So, yeah, a great team of, you know?
So the goal is to eventually have a team, Aton.
Yeah, that would be great to have a team, you know, to make video games, to make animation. That would be great.
But even with just Djatawo, are you going to continue doing all the pieces by yourself?
No, I hope not, because maybe I won't have time to do. I wish I had time, but if not, that would be great if another pencil, or if I can afford it, someone that can draw Djatawo. Because if you look at it, even in the comic book industry here in DC, or Marvel Comics or Dark Horse, whichever, they have different artists working on different issue of Superman or Batman, and different writers, different pencilers, different inkers. That's why Comic-Con is so big, you know, because you have all this talent, all these great creative minds that together in one room. It's amazing.
I'm waiting for a Djatawo Batman crossover.
That would be cool. You know, I thought about it. I really thought about it because you know, Bruce Wayne is a billionaire. You know, he can go open an orphanage in Haiti. And,
maybe, and then
you know,
all of a sudden he meets Djatawo.
Yeah.
That would be
Um, you've mentioned the Taino culture as a influence in Djatawo. Do you see Djatawo maybe help bridge some national prejudices in the Caribbean, or could you foresee having a pan-Caribbean version of Djatawo where there's a Dominican hero and a Puerto Rican hero?
Actually, I created a Dominican superhero too, because I wanted to, I want them to work together, you know, Djatawo and the Dominican superhero, and if it will help to maybe to inform, or to inform people about the other cultures, like the Taino, you know. Yeah, I think so, because if I was inspired by them, certainly I will put because the story is around them too, because they were the first people living in the island. So yeah, people will know more about them, and yeah.
I want to know what's the next step for Djatawo. I mean, what do you have in mind for 2016? Do you have a campaign that you're going to do, especially in Haiti, for people to know about it, and especially for people to know how it can be used for the kids in Haiti, and for education, and are you going to go, I don't know, see the government and tell them how they can
Sensitize?
How they can sensitize the people with this issue? Are you gonna go see the ministry? I don't know, like, just what route do you want to take with this for it to be used, for it to be profitable as much as possible for the people of Haiti?
Well, you know, that's where the team that I'm asking God to give me, you know, that because I can't do everything by myself. And I met with the president of Haiti, and I showed him Djatawo, and then he loved Djatawo. He told me to continue. He told me to think about merchandising, and yeah, and then. So I'm sure that the minister, or maybe I didn't go to see them, but I'm sure that they know about Djatawo. And maybe if I had maybe if I had a team or someone, maybe not. I don't know. To answer your question for 2016, really I want to finish with Djatawo website. I want to start with the other comic book, and publish it in the newspaper, and so people can know more about it, because the the owner of the newspaper also told me that for him, because I want Djatawo to be really part of the Haitian culture. It's not for now. People Haitians know it, but that's my goal, and that's what I had in plan for 2016, because next year I want to start school here. I'm in negotiation with Parsons University for a scholarship, and hopefully in January I will start in Parsons or SVA. I don't know. God is great. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think we can all agree that the work that you're doing with Djatawo, however far you want to take it, is important in creating this sort of new, not to use a term that's overused, but again, creating these new narratives for IT.
I want to have a new generation of kids that are aware of certain things happening in Haiti. I want them to know that everything is possible if they put themselves together. That I want them to know, to believe that dreaming it's a good thing. You know?
Maybe you can start to sculpt some young minds to be part of your team in like 5 years. In these workshops.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great.
So if there are no more questions, yes, question.
Sorry. I was just wondering how I have 2 questions. I was wondering how you use Haitian history in your comic books in terms of using it as an educational resource for kids. And I was also curious to know, in terms of inspiring kids, how can we also inspire? And I mean, and it's not really fair of me to say this because I'm coming from a dance work standpoint. But how can we inspire Haitian kids or talented kids to actually stay in Haiti too, right? I don't know, just
how can I inspire them?
Right. So I think that there's always this dream of leaving and escaping Haiti. And I guess how can we use these kind of materials to shift the conversation in terms of not seeing Haiti as a place where we always want to leave, right? But a place where we can inspire people to also want to stay.
Right. Well, inspire the kids to stay. Hopefully the book probably will put a positive note in their life, because me growing up in Haiti, there's no comic book stores. You can find comic books in libraries, you know, and maybe when a kid read a comic book and he knows that he's Haitian, maybe that will make him feel proud that, okay, the U.S. has Batman and Justice League, but in Haiti we have Djatawo and he's good, you know. So maybe that could be or they can probably hopefully see from, as far as where I come from, you know, and right now I'm really grateful to have you guys here. I'm in NYU and I'm presenting Djatawo. That's great. Yes, that's great to me, you know. And so maybe I can inspire kids to continue drawing or create, and in the long run they can have people recognize their work. And since Haiti inspired me to create Djatawo, so maybe maybe Haiti can inspire them to create something greater, you know. And your first question, what it was again?
I was just asking how Haitian history.
Oh, how I use Haitian history in my comic book. Well, Djatawo, for example, let me see if I can. I was inspired by okay. That was the time that the superhero named Aton, and he's wearing a white jacket, let's say, and I was inspired by Haitian mythology. I was inspired by I was inspired by Dessalines because I also talk about Dessalines in the comic book. Not this one, but the story of Djatawo. How he received the solar disc in its origin. And eventually we'll talk about it. And in history, I talk about the earthquake. I talk about things that happened since, even today people are doing litter in the streets, you know, and I use I really use Haitian history to so kids can also learn about their background, you know. But you know that's funny because Haitian history is so it's let me just put it like that. For example, the book of history that I had when I was in school, it was written by the French. Haitian Revolution was to put out the French army from the island, and I found it really it's to me it's a little bit disturbing that you didn't want the army to be there, and yet they wrote your history.
We could say
So
the
it's
same
kind of
thing
cheap.
about speaking French.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? But I'm speaking English right now, and it's a way to communicate. So if I was unable to speak English, that would be really difficult to always translate and everything. So I think that French can help break the barrier.
Break barriers.
Yeah, in communication, in like any languages, you know, and to help understand each other's. Because if I, like I say, if I was unable to speak English, maybe it would be more difficult, in my opinion.
Nous t'as parlé seulement
On t'a parlé seulement créole.
Il n'y a pas de problème à ça.
Oui, mais il y a un peu de monde qui ne peut pas comprendre ça. On est obligé de traduire et qu'on a soit pas qu'on parle anglais, on va pas traduire tout. So imaginons si on n'a pas les créoles et puis personne ne parle nous, qui j'ai t'a fait poser une question?
Anglais, s'il vous plaît.
I was telling her, she was telling
No,
me.
I understand. But
I'm sorry. I was saying that
Il y a un qui voulait apprendre créole là.
yeah, oui, il y a des gens qui veulent apprendre créole, oui, il y a des gens qui veulent apprendre anglais, il y a des gens qui veulent apprendre Marie parler chinois. Marie parler russe. I was saying earlier that I was talking about the French Revolution and everything, and about the French language too, that a lot of people speaking in Haiti, and when he was saying that we'll be only talking Creole, I was like, yeah, and nobody will understand. I mean, no one will be able to understand us, even if she wouldn't be able to translate it, because if she didn't know how to speak English, how would be able to communicate? And to me, that's one of the past. That's one of the reasons that the world is like that, because of it's a lack of communication. Because some people have some beliefs and they don't know how to explain it, and the other person doesn't understand that person, and then gets mad, and then things get really bad. You know, and that's one of the things that saved me while I was here in New York, because a lot of time I get lost even in my neighborhood, you know, and I could spend like 2 hours.
Tell people where you live in New York.
I live in Queens in
No
Brooklyn.
shade against Queens.
Huh?
No shade against Queens. You get
What?
lost in Queens.
What do you mean?
Everyone gets lost in Queens.
Nobody knows where
Everyone
I'm
gets lost in Queens.
Ah, really? Oh, yes then. But I spend 2 hours. Sometimes I spend 2 hours.
I think it's the best world, don't worry.
Okay. Well, in your neighborhood, did you get lost in your neighborhood?
No, but I also was born and raised in
Okay.
I think it's a little unfair to say.
Okay. But I was lost for 2 hours. It was night. It's not funny. I was lost for 2 hours, and it was cold. It was snowing, and then I saw a guy coming, and then I was like, I'm lost, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna help you. And that's funny because his name was Anthony, and he's from Puerto Rico. So we spent 30 minutes looking for my house. So that was communication here, you know. Every time I get lost, yesterday I was with some friends, with some good friends, and every time we were looking at the map where we had to go, and then when we can't find, I was like, let me ask, and then that's communication to me.
So I don't have any more questions for you, and I think we're gonna turn over to your live sketching for us. So Aton's gonna do a little sketching for us in real time. We're gonna see a little bit of how his process happens. But I want to thank you for your time tonight. I really appreciate you being able to participate in this conversation. And I think it's important, again, to create these spaces where we can celebrate IET in a way that helps to elevate the status of all things Haitian. And I do this through language, Aton does it through his art. And I hope that all of you being here can sort of recognize the importance of participating in programs like this, sort of help continue to shift that image that we so badly need.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with beautiful people, and that's one of my best days in New York, because I can talk about what I do and people appreciating what I do. That's a blessing.
Great. So I'm gonna turn the stage over to you. I don't know what you need.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a drawing on the paper. I'm gonna take a picture of it and then put the colors on the computer.
Okay. You do what you gotta do. Because my ability stops right here.
How much time do we have? We're good.
2 minutes.
15 seconds.
15 seconds?
Be quick.
I should mention, after we do have some wine and Haitian patties to enjoy, and Aton does have comic books here with him for sale. He has also brought with him his one-of-a-kind pillowcases.
Mm-hmm.
Pillowcases. They're all unique. If you purchase one, you won't have it. There's no other one like it anywhere else. And again, if you are sharing images tonight on social media, I do urge you to use the hashtag Kreyol at NYU, so KREYOL@NYU, so that we can follow along with you guys and share the story with each other. So I hope you can stay around after.
The at is inside the hashtag?
The word at is in
at.
Yep. So hashtag Kreyol, KREYOL@NYU. Thank you. So hashtag KREYOL@NYU. Just like that. So Kreyol at NYU. And you guys can follow this hashtag. We've been using this hashtag all semester here at NYU. You can kind of get a sense of what we've been doing in the classroom and the crazy conversations we have and the interesting activities that we do in class. So definitely follow that hashtag. So what are you going to draw for us tonight?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. I've been thinking about this last night.
Are you looking for inspiration?
Yeah, what I can do is like someone can propose it.
Ideas?
Ideas.
Yeah, ideas. But I was more thinking about I can do a portrait of that person, and then with the portrait inspire me to do something else.
Oh, so you want someone to sit for a portrait?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a quick portrait.
Can you turn Winnie into a superhero?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, right. So. Okay.
Djatawo Winnie.
Djatawo. maybe.
Do you need me to stand?
You want to stand?
Whatever you want.
Okay. You can stand and then. Okay, yeah, stand. And I'll take a picture.
Wasn't ready for this, but hashtag always ready.
I don't know, you have to do a move or something.
I
You have to
don't
be
have
creative.
any. I have no
Superhero move.
moves.
Think about a superhero.
I don't.
Do something, I don't know.
I wasn't ready for all that. But
Come on, do something.
I'm not gonna do it.
Come on, Winnie, come on.
What
do
superheroes do?
You're going forward.
You're flying.
All right.
I wasn't.
See? That was easy. All right.
Are you really gonna make me into a superhero?
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Well, I mean, I guess in the meantime, we should think of superhero names, right?
Yeah.
Anything? No?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winning?
Winning.
Winning.
Super Winnie.
Super Winnie.
Super winning. Don't make me laugh too much, because we're on camera, you know. I've had Aton sketch me a couple of times, so
Pretty good.
I'm good. Yeah. So Aton also brought along his sketchbook.
Oh, you can pass it around.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to do that as he does his sketching. He has with him his sketchbook of sketches that he takes on the train while he rides the subway here in New York, and you can see. You don't mind if I get my way and put on that okay. So I'm going to pass it around. You can take a look through and get a snapshot of New York City inside his sketchbook as we wait for Aton to do what he does.
Your name is Lamour,
My
right?
name is Lamour.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, you could use Lamour.
Yeah. You have to put in English or
Oh, that was French. Jean, please.
maybe another book too. So,
Which one? There's another.
So you get so again, Anthony Louis-Jeune to the.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also gonna pass around another really great book collection of some of Aton's work, so you can flip through and see. It's just a mini portfolio of some of his work. I'm gonna start in the back here. We can make our way around. And for those of you who walked in a little bit later, we had talked about this image before. So you can take a look at that too.
This is something we're doing.
When is it? It's like, it's right here on campus?
It's right here on campus. Me too. Aton, what one ça?
Oui.
Combien il coûtait?
$800.
Aton, is this a real person? Did someone sit for this?
Yes. But not with the background.
Can you do another one like that, but with a different person in it?
I didn't hear you.
I think we're taking requests tonight. Can you do this same image but with someone else in it?
Commission, in other words.
Yeah.
Do you do commissions?
Yeah, I do commissions, yeah. I do commissions.
And then there's also a piece right by the signing table that's hanging right next to it. So in the meantime, as we're passing around the sketchbook and the portfolio, I can invite you guys out to have some snacks and wine, and then we can pop back inside to see the final version of Super Winnie. So yeah, Super Winnie. I mean, you know, that's just what I call myself on a Tuesday. So not too outfit. Yeah, please help yourselves to some wine and Haitian pâté. And then we're going to come back inside and see the finished product. I'm good, I would say it's a lot of How's it going?
Have yourself happy fall.
Thank you. Thank you. That's fine. How's it going? So I feel like I have no problem with any of this. Okay. Because I'm excited. Oh.
Which days are you here?
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh,
Thank
you so much for having me tonight.
If you find the hashtag, Kreyol NYU, and you'll find all my
Okay, perfect. I run a middle school after school program for an organization called Local Kids in Washington Heights, actually. So I'm always curious and finding ways to because I haven't done anything at all so far. This is our second year, and as a Dominican, working in the Dominican community, moving information I know, I know it's crucial to do that, right? So I want to find ways to do that. So
send me an email. You can find me online. Anything that says like Haitian Kreyol New York, you'll find me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. It was very nice
Thank
meeting
you
you.
for coming all the way out. And help yourself to some wine. And if you took any pictures or anything, make sure you know we can continue to keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
What was your name?
Demelvi.
Winnie.
Thank you so much. And then maybe you can just connect me with him.
Everything that's hashtag at this for tonight will have his
Perfect.
handle.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Because I work for this organization called Local Kids that we have middle school, but we are essentially a high school program, and I'm an alumni of that program. So it's focusing on international relations, and they actually took students to Haiti two times already to do a project with the film institute there.
Yeah, Senior Institute.
Yeah.
Then we need to talk.
So we.
Are you a lawyer?
No, but I play one on TV.
We were tight in public. Aton só uma femme com sachê. I look like such a geek.
I'm a geek. I won't deny it. I wear glasses, I love comic books.
I might as well. I might as well. Nerds
I
unite.
love
You're
Comic-Con.
nerds unite. That's all. That's it. I'm sorry. Maybe.
So usually I scan it, but I can do it like that too.
And then what did you do?
What did you do when you invited me? You knew better, right?
This is true.
Send this to everybody but her.
This is true.
No, this is fascinating. I'm all for anything that portrays Haitian culture, history in a new light. Or tells the story in a different way, especially that reaches younger kids. And I think this is definitely one of the mediums. So she needs a cape.
Yeah?
Okay. Every superhero has a cape, right?
Djatawo doesn't have a cape.
Oh, he doesn't have a cape?
Djatawo has a white
You know what happens when
jacket.
the superhero has a cape? They don't show you the
Caught.
Superman because Superman, they get cut, man. Imagine they're flying near an airplane.
Yeah.
Imagine. It's bad.
You know what? This is the kind of superhero geek stuff that that the layman just doesn't know.
Why did they put it like that?
Mary.
Yeah, that's not that.
Mm.
You can tell she's
Keep it on
Haitian,
there, man.
right? She's like backseat driver.
The taxi driver?
No, backseat driver.
I can't help it.
My mother was like that. My mother's like, Herman, don't you think you need to? I was like, Mom, did you go to business school? I can balance these figures out.
What color do you
myself,
like?
thank you.
I like all colors.
Yeah? You wearing, what color are you wearing? Gray or
This
green?
is gray.
Is it
Actually, this is like a grayish.
green, gray?
Yeah, it's a green.
Olive gray?
Olive gray, yeah.
Olive gray? There's olive gray?
Yeah.
When you're super, you can have anything you
When you're
want.
super, you can't have anything.
Will it be this color? That one?
I mean, I'll take any certain color, but that's not what I'm wearing now.
No?
You should come.
Okay, so we're gonna. Okay.
Red and blue.
Red and blue? Okay, let's put red and blue. I'm doing with the pad because I don't know why it's really slow, so I'm gonna do it like that. Hopefully it will come up like I want. Let me try it again. probably a good time. I could have done it in probably an illustrator, but I'll do it like that.
Sorry, I'm awkwardly positioned here. How long my legs are can go. Need to step up.
Normally I would have been faster, but maybe my graphic pen is not really responding to this computer, because that's not my computer. So I think it's. Mm-hmm.
This is cool.
Thank you guys for coming. It really means a lot to me. What's really important in drawing to its light, so you can have the shades and the form, the shapes. And the style I'm doing right now, it's more of a cartoony illustration, not a realistic illustration.
Yeah, this will be the Saturday morning cartoon.
What's Saturday morning cartoon? What's Saturday morning cartoon?
So the last black Saturday morning cartoon that I remember was Hong Kong Phooey. So.
Proud Family made it.
Yeah, it's Proud Family.
What is that?
I didn't know about it.
Proud Family?
Yeah.
That's on Disney Channel.
Okay, yeah, so I stopped waking up on Saturday morning.
I mean, do they still have stations that have Saturday morning like cartoon lineups? Like I don't know, like pronounced like ABC.
Yeah.
ABC and CBS.
See,
I think do it. Yeah.
they still do it?
I think so.
Our family can still win.
No, I think it's
Stopped.
Oh no, that's long gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the aughts, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool superhero costume.
Have to put the details in. It's too bad my Wacom is not responding that much shit. I'm joking. Oops.
So I graduated from business school. I got a job starting in September working for Dean Witter. By December, Dean Witter was acquired by Morgan Stanley, and they slashed jobs, including mine. They're like, you young, newly minted MBAs, we don't need you. And so I went and I interviewed for other jobs. They said, listen, you know, you can come back with the next year's MBA class, and we'll start you next September. So I basically had from January until August, so really eight months. My mother was
right in the way of the camera.
had retired there. She opened up a store, and I worked for an NGO. And so I had some level of freedom because I learned to drive in Port-au-Prince. And,
Oh wow.
you know, I learned the.
You mean driving, period?
What's that?
You mean driving, period? Like you weren't driving before?
Oh no, I was driving before, but driving in Port-au-Prince is a whole other story.
An adventure, right?
So you know, there are no stoplights or, you know, there's no electricity for that. So the rules of the road are decided upon at the, you know, at intersection by intersection when you get there.
Not all of them. Most of them.
No. But essentially, there's a culture. People, there are rules, and people understand them, you know, and they follow them. You don't really need, you know, traffic lights and stuff like that. There's just a mutual respect. I got to the intersection first. We go left, right, around, and then when it's your turn, you go. Is that?
You were lucky.
Well, I never got into an accident, so.
Great.
You know, when someone's slow going up the mountain, you know, there's times when you pass, there's times when you don't pass, because there's always a curve, and so you don't want to be passing when somebody else is coming down, and you know, there's not a lot of time, but you know, there's sometimes my mother's like, Herm, you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. I'm like, don't worry, I know there's a car coming, and I'm gonna make it. But when you see someone, if you're the car that's going slow, you come to the right a little bit, slow down, let them pass you. You know, it's not a competition. There's rules for the road.
Miren esto. La cámara coge azul la pantalla, lo coge tipo de.
After, I guess, after school, after work. My family's from Ghana. I thought about, I haven't been to Ghana since I was a kid.
Okay.
And I thought about like going there and spending like a year.
El pecho, tú lo ves azul. Soy daltónico yo ahora.
It's the it's the best way. You know, I would go to there was the Hotel Olafson, and they would have something on Thursday night, and there are many hotels now. Actually, there's planes going to Haiti now. There's JetBlue.
Oh, JetBlue. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, there are many more options. Actually, there's also Airbnb in Haiti, which.
I didn't know Airbnb was international.
Yeah.
I thought it was USA.
When he gives you the side eye.
If you post this on social media, so many people are like, oh my god, I forgot one.
You have to put it with that voice, alright? You have to use her voice. You need some thé haïtien.
Yeah, some thé citronnelle, we'll get that right out. We'll clear that right out.
Avec a warm.
Look, this is what you're gonna do when you get home tonight. Take some honey and some onions, mash that up, and take a spoonful. Then take some rum, warm it up with some milk, and drink that.
We want yeah, that's true.
Yeah, some rum and milk.
With onion.
Yeah, it'll clear right whatever's right here. It'll clear that right out.
Onions?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I never heard that one before.
Yeah. I know something with the boiling the garlic clove.
The garlic
Yep.
clove.
The garlic cloves is good too.
The outside from Team Garlic.
Yeah.
Team Sequel.
TC12. That's really, actually, if you really wanted to do that, just take a spoonful of pea.
Mas que se vão pia bagay. São richesses que aí sem dinheiro peut-être nous parler ça.
Have you guys seen the commercial? We must get is good for bullet wounds. And all that other stuff. Someone made, it was a group of comedians who made an infomercial and they had this whole like get you right up.
That's really a challenge for me because I'm doing it with the pad.
Yeah.
So Winnie, if I don't come out really good, like, you know, you're more beautiful than that. You know?
Thank you. I think that we can all agree that this work is excellent. Because I, for one, cannot do any of this. I don't even know what Adobe Photoshop is. I don't know where I can get it.
You can get it at Photoshop.
We're waiting on the edge of our seats over here.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
No, I think excitedly waiting on the edge of our seats.
You need some mood music, like dun 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 dun.
So do you draw for albums and I saw like what looked like album covers
If I
for
do
music?
For music? I've done it for Haitian artists, yes. On posters. I also work with a lot of NGOs. Whenever they wanna do awareness flyers, or, you know. So right now I'm working with an NGO called Gold. What they're doing is like I'm drawing several cases of whenever there's a hurricane or earthquake, of how people have to react before and after.
I kind of look like I have muscles.
Me too.
Big muscles. Good muscles.
So NYU has graphic design, illustration, animation.
Is that out of the Tish? The TM, what is it? Technology management?
No, I'm sure. I know they have graphic design and game design.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
So until you go to school, what do you do on
daily basis?
Day-to-day basis, yeah.
Well, I work to submit to clients. I worked well, I'm here in New York because of Comic-Con, because of the exhibit I had in Bronx.
Okay.
And another one I had in Brooklyn.
Oh, the one at Shapeshifter?
Somewhere else.
Oh, at
It's
Conan.
but it's a lounge restaurant.
How did people react to your Comic-Con?
Which one? Comic-Con?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that was a blessing. I had people came in and buy books and they couldn't bought a Superman or Spider-Man book, you know, and they weren't even Asian, you know. Actually, one Haitian and one Dominican bought my book, but the others were Americans, and I made contacts. I was interviewed by Be Terrific. It's they had a booth inside, and they were covering all Comic-Con. So I was really lucky and yeah, and blessed to be on their show. And people told me that the reason why they loved it because it wasn't trendy. And because Djatawo stands for, well, like the other superheroes, but I was more like into social issues and environmental issues, not only fighting with bad guys. I can say that Djatawo is like, I don't know if you guys knew Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Captain Planet. Yes.
Don't worry with me.
I'm not worried. I have faith.
Who, me? Lori?
Oops. good, that brown?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It's like she just came on vacation.
Do it.
Miss
Do it like that?
Summertime brown.
Yeah.
That's beautiful,
Any of
yes.
those browns.
Yes.
Like that?
Yes.
I like all of those browns.
That's good.
Yeah, I
You guys are waiting for me, right? You didn't want to say anything. You guys can also check Djatawo.com.
How soon?
Um,
It's already live?
it's already live, and you can send your email and tell me what you think about Djatawo. Djatawo will answer you, not me. And if you have ideas or suggestions, you're really free to listen.
Djatawo should kidnap Bill Clinton? Or Bill Clinton will be kidnapped and Djatawo should save him.
Yeah.
That's actually a question. Have you know how kidnapping was a big issue in Haiti?
One of the stories that I discussed about it too.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
There's one story I'm creating right now. I'm developing right now. It's about children trafficking. I like that shit.
All of this with that little mouse pad right there.
Mm-hmm.
I can barely use that mouse pad to click over what I need to click.
Have you thought about investing in that Apple pencil?
I did. I even want to buy the 3D one. Oh, cool. I'm really planning to stay for a while in New York to study and to work. So if you guys want to hire an illustrator, I'll give you my card. Uh-oh, someone's bored.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You must be tired.
I'm a grandma.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
What did you do Sunday?
Recovered from my birthday.
Ah, so I told your grandma. My grandma didn't do that. Well, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Oops. You will not stay like that.
Okay. I trust you. Just got me exposed.
Now you got it.
That's okay, I'm a Sag, so. You said you're a Sag. Basically down for whatever.
So does Djatawo have a girlfriend? I was gonna say a love interest, like.
Yeah, he does. Her name is Tanama, which means butterfly in Taino. And she was born from a tree.
Tanama?
Mm-hmm.
And she was born
from a tree.
And where was he born from? I think I have a comic book.
Where is he born? That's what you asked me?
Where was he born from? Or if he's born from something?
Djatawo? No, he's a regular guy, and he was he's a good young architect.
Oh.
And he was chosen to be Djatawo.
I apologize for the questions because I came in late, so you may have mentioned all this.
What?
The backstory and.
No, nobody asked me that.
Oh, really?
No. Oh. Pretty good.
So he's like Clark Kent. He has like an alter ego and.
Yeah, like every superhero. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. His name is Alfred Apollo.
Alfred Apollo.
Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an architect.
I notice this is in English.
Tell me?
Yeah, so Aton brought the English version for us here tonight.
What if you wanted the Kreyol version?
Oh, I can, if we keep in touch, it'll be a pleasure for me to make you have the...
Well, Kathleen is one of my students. You could leave a few with me and I could sell them to students.
Okay.
Something like that.
I lied when I said I could stay till the end.
Oh no.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, no problem.
Well,
Well, thank you for staying here.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank
Nice
you
meeting
for your time.
Okay.
I'm really sorry I could be quicker, but no, I want to see this. I'll buy it on eBay when it's for sale.
See you.
Okay.
Thank you. Take
Right.
care.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, bye. Good talking. Queens power.
Herman's good for that.
The gentleman that was last here, do you see? I overheard that he was here. I think he left his
Oh, the one who just walked out?
yeah. Caramel.
Yeah. I'll just message you.
I have a question. It's some of a question statement. I have to go. Do you mind if you could sign my book?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course you do. Can you write me your name, please?
Sure. I don't do nothing like this right now.
I'm really sorry. I really have done faster, but.
No, I think we all appreciate what you've done so far, and I'm definitely. You guys are welcome to go. I'm definitely gonna post the final image up online. But
yeah.
I'm just super psyched that I have a superhero. I don't know about you guys. But thank you again for everyone here for their time. Thank you, Omar, Brendan, for all your help tonight. And most importantly, thank you so much, Aton, for taking time out of your schedule to participate in this tonight. We very, very much value your work and hope that you can take it to some next level. So I'm pile on that from us to you.
Thanks to you guys.
Oh wait, what's the first thing you touched on? Not drawing.
What?
What's the first thing I should